Good morning, everybody. Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm on a hot Alabama morning. I hadn't said that in a minute, but I'm about to need to put my shorty shorts on. I left out with pants on, and by the time I got to the barn, I was needing to have some zip-off legs, which I do have a pair of those pants. Just lost one of the legs. Anyway, I need some shorts on this morning, and everything's getting warm, getting green, growing. Just a beautiful day here in Alabama. Headed over to the chickens, taking care of everybody at the barn already. And gotta show y'all something that Mary Carl actually found yesterday. She and I came over and we had to fill up one of the chicken feeders. They had consumed all the feed in both the feeders, and so she came with me, and she didn't come out to the chicken area very often. It's just not her interest anymore until yesterday. Yesterday she decided she missed chickens and she might come and visit them a little more. But something that I raised all these chickens, most of them all from babies except for a couple, and I never noticed this. So I want to show it to y'all because something I didn't even know could happen. Y'all know that she doesn't want to be on camera. She's 16 years old. Yes, she does exist, I can assure you. Per grocery bill, she does exist. Well, this is kind of what I was afraid of. Without showing it to you yesterday, I was afraid I was going to have a hard time figuring out which one it was, and I've given them some scratch out here trying to look them over, and I don't see her out here. So while we take a good look at all these hens, I do know that she is a black Moran, or Moran, and she's not out here. She's not out here, so she's got to be in one of the nesting boxes. I don't know if this is a good thing or not so good thing. We're going to gather eggs and see if she's in a box. Well, I think I see her over here under the nesting box on the side over here. This girl. And I believe that's her. Got a ancona over there in the corner. I have a feeling she's decided to lay her egg not on the metal grate, but on the 2x6 that is the perimeter around the coop. Whatever suits your fancy, girl. Whatever suits your fancy. Now, let me see if I can't catch this girl. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, I got her caught. First thing Mary Carl says when she comes in this area outside, it's, "Mama, what's wrong with her wing?" And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with her wing. She looks perfectly normal, right?" Well, she picks her up and she flips her wing upside down, just like that. And y'all, this hen has 3 wings. Her normal wing is right here. This is her second wing. It's got primaries on it. It's got everything on it, just like a regular wing would. This is her third wing up under it. So 3 fully formed wings on this girl. Now this side is, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, I got you. This side is completely, we're not going to show y'all that side. That side's completely normal. I don't know how I've never noticed it. I do know how Mary Carl noticed it because she just notices everything that's on birds. But I tell y'all, I don't think I've ever known of a chicken to have 3 wings and how it happened. Now, it would be like if we had 2 more appendages, just like our arm, coming out of our elbow here. Just extra arms growing off. And I know that defects can happen in livestock and chickens and everything else, but the fact that I never noticed it, because it is very thick. I'll show her to you when she gets down and starts walking. You can see on that side, see how the wing kind of flips out on that side? That's what Mary Carl noticed, and that's what gave her the insight to pick her up and see what was going on. So, just an odd fact about a chicken that I didn't realize even had a problem or a defect. Well, here's a better view. She's standing in front of Cheese here, the black Marron, coming this way, and you can see clearly that her wing is a little bit flipped out looking. But I tell y'all, I've never ever noticed it. I don't know why, and I don't know how, but I hadn't. She also noticed that one chicken had 2 different color eyes. I believe that's called heterochromozoa, something of the sorts, she told me, and I don't remember that either. And I also would never remember which chicken it was, so I'm not even going to attempt to show y'all that. It's something that happens in pigeons. I guess it's called the same thing in chickens, but she was very familiar with it and immediately said, oh, look, there's a, whatever it's called, chicken with 2 different color eyes. So, learn something new about my flock that I see every day, and she doesn't. Also wanted to share with you guys that may not know this. There is a new kids video out. Jason put the video out yesterday, and if you would like to watch, or you have kids, grandkids that you'd like to share with, we would appreciate it. Jason has worked very hard to try to get the kids channel going where it is, and he now has some help with his editing, and gonna try to do more frequently videos on Farmer Jason, Cog Hill Farm for Kids channel. If I get you out grazing this morning, I see Peaches must not have finished her breakfast because she's not out and about yet. Loves her outside pasture. That pocket, she's something else. Well, Bramble, you sure look beautiful holding down the doorway. I guess my Dee-Dee went home. She was following me, and then the next thing I know is she's gone, so I guess she went on home, unless she's in here under the fan, which I don't think she is. Y'all listen. You hear that? I don't know what that could be. It's coming from over here. Well, it's not y'all, because y'all have moved up. These are now in the grow out pen, which does not have a heater, and you can see that they are growing very rapidly. These are the cream leg bars with the little tufts on their heads. Aren't they cute? And then the black Marrons are the black chickens. That's the one, that's the dude, I think. That's the one I think is a rooster. See him? He's always been a bit bigger. His tail feathers look different. He's starting to appear to look like a rooster. And I thought he was a rooster from early on, but we will see, we will see. Not gonna just automatically discard him. If he's a good boy and he's nice to Ryan and gets along with our other little rooster out there, he can stay. But man, oh man, babies just don't keep, do they? And since they don't keep, I had to do something about that. Since they don't keep, we had to get some more. Hey, little ones. Y'all, Jason and I went to the feed store, and we weren't prepared to get chicks, but we left with chicks. We left with 6 of these. These are called salmon faveroles. I believe I'm saying that correctly. We have had these before. We've even had a rooster before. Some of the sweetest, best personality chickens we ever had. And when the feed store had them, we had no choice but to bring 6 of them home. Especially since I'd moved the chicks that were in this part up to the grow out section. That just gave me more reason. And of course, they've only been here a short time, so they're not friendly yet. Come here, babies. Come here. They are enjoying the heat. Of course, they've got their heater on, and they're staying in the back because of it. But, yep, 6 new chicks. So we are expanding. Well, y'all, that might look a little closer on camera than it actually is. I promise you, if Sylvester stands up on the top of that hay bale, nothing's gonna happen. But he is enjoying the fan immensely from the top deck. Sylvester, he didn't even, yeah, there he goes. He peeked his eyes open. You enjoying that up there, buddy? I know you're glad we brought your hay bed back in. This morning when I came in, of course, he was laying up there. And Bramble, he chose his spot to be on this side, Biscuit in the window seat. But now she's decided she's gonna sprawl out on the concrete. Does that feel good to you, girl? Yeah. So every morning since I told y'all I didn't know how the ducks escaped, I have left this gate open purposely because I want them to be able to walk around. I just want them to have a home base to come back to and know where their spot is. Yes, I've cleaned out the pool already and they've gotten it a little bit nasty, but they enjoy the doghouse being their home. Now, they were walking around out in the grass when I came out this morning, and just about full-size ducks now. These mallards and other ducks grow extremely fast. As y'all know, I mean, chicks do too, but I feel like ducks grow faster than chicks. And they are, oh my goodness. What I hope is they'll stay at the pond area. I do need to, you know, they know this is their place, and they're gonna see this as their home site. So it may be that I put them down there in the pond area with this corral around them and the pool, and just let them know that that's their new habitat before I just, of course they can get out of it, but I don't want the geese and the Muscovies to come in and them feel threatened. I kind of want them to get used to them gradually without just saying, here's your new home. So I think that's what I'll do, and it should be easy enough. Now, just like chicks don't keep, neither do ducks, as y'all just saw. And did a little something there too. So at the same feed store, we saw the salmon faveroles as chicks, and then we saw something else as ducks. And we couldn't pass these by either. As y'all know, we've had black Indian runners in the past. We called them the men in black. And the men in black, we tried to get them to stay at the pond area. However, them, along with the other ducks that we had, would not. They stayed mainly in the pastures, but they had gotten brave where they would go to where the horse area is now fenced in. That was not fenced in at the time. The ducks would go out there, and the females would lay eggs out there, and one by one, all the ducks disappeared. While we first moved here to this property, we didn't have the pond or the mud hole at the time. And that was the reason that the ducks became so familiar with the other areas being their home, because we were filling up swimming pools and that's what they knew. So as soon as we took them to the pond, they came back. And the Indian runners, they could squeeze through the fence. All the ducks were domesticated. They weren't mallards. The mallards pretty much stayed, except for the few that just, so the mallards could fly, so they stayed, but the domesticated ducks that could not fly, they all just vanished one by one, and that's because they would not stay at the pond area. The pond area has a fence around it. It's secure. We've never had anything except for eggs get eaten down there, and that's why I want to wait until those are ample size. We know that the babies can get got, but you know, I'm kind of wondering if that's a turtle still or a hawk overhead. Anyway, I'm not going to let anything out there that's not big enough to survive on its own. So meet your new forest additions of ducks. Here they are, 4 chocolate Indian runner ducks. Same setup I had for the mallards before I left to go with Mary Carl on the 10-day down south, and working out perfectly. I have the light on them because nighttime temperatures are still cool. When I came in here, they were laying under the light. They have the opportunity to move out, come over here. Ducks just don't require the amount of heat that chickens do. However, they get chilly, and I want them to have a way to get warm. So we'll cut this off as the temperatures get steady in the afternoon. Bramble's right here beside me. I know he's not going to hurt anything, but I don't want him getting in there and scaring them, because look at him. He's decided he's going to walk on the top now. Bramble, baby, I love you, but we're trying to talk about these babies. And I'm steadily petting him, but he wants to be in the picture. I do want to show y'all their chocolate color. Hey, babies. And I'm going to do my best to try to get these babies as friendly as possible. Of course, not right now because Bramble's in here, but I'm going to sit in here in the stall with them and let them come out and sit in my lap and climb all over me, and hopefully they will become friendly. Now the mallards, you know, there's domesticated mallards and there's wild mallards. Our mallards have been domesticated, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be friendly. They're mamas and daddies that live here that came from a feed store. Well, they're not exactly the friendliest of ducks either. They are flighty, and it's easier to do with one that doesn't fly. So I'm hoping that I can come up with 4 names for these little babies. And you know, in the past we've had fawn colored Indian runner ducks and we've had black Indian runner ducks, but we've never had chocolate. So 4 little chocolate ducks, and don't know the sex of them, of course, till they get that curl on the tail. And that's the way we like to identify their sex anyway, is that curl will develop and you'll know it's males. Both of the black ones that we had were males. Both of the fawn ones that we had were males. So it may be that we have 4 male chocolate Indian runners. Who knows? We shall see. They'll be loved nonetheless, and y'all will get to see lots and lots more. But they just came yesterday with the chicks, so still getting adapted, and oh my goodness, I just am in love with them. Nothing cuter than a baby duck or a baby chick. Look how upright they are, y'all. So I've told y'all before how nasty ducks are, how nasty geese are. That is just something that you have to deal with. Another thing that you have to know is that ducks and geese need extra vitamins and extra minerals that chick starter does not have. So if you're going to use a chick starter, first of all, make sure it's not medicated. Second of all, you're going to need to add niacin, and there are other minerals that ducks and geese need that are not in chick starter. A lot of times you'll see birds get angel wing, which is what Sim Sim, our goose, has. And also, well, we got Sim Sim when he was grown. And also the male Egyptian goose that we have, you'll see him, he's walking, his wings are straight out to the side. That's called angel wing. And it's from lack of minerals and vitamins at an early age. That is crucial for their development in order to be able to fly. The male Egyptian goose, he can't fly. It's bad. He came to us that way, and we actually, we got them because he was a good bit less expensive because of the angel wing. The female, she's fine. So she flies all over the place while he's pretty much, you know, he has to stay at the pond area, which I'm glad he does. But the female, she'll still fly back and forth to the old area, kind of like the mallards. But my point is, if you are planning on getting ducks or geese, the Kalmbach feed already has the vitamins and minerals that ducks and geese need that will not cause them a deficiency. Now, it does cost a little bit more, but if you have to add those vitamins and minerals to the feed, you're going to spend more anyway. And I can promise you, if you don't, you're going to end up with a duck or goose that has a defective wing. And you don't want that. Not only defective wing, that's if you're lucky. A lot of times they don't even make it. A lot of times the duck or goose will just fail to thrive and they won't make it. The duck and goose food is formulated for them as babies. However, you may have to grind it up, which I did for these and I did for the baby mallards. Now, it'll only be about, you probably only need to grind about a Ziploc bag, a gallon Ziploc bag full, because then they'll be able to eat the pellets. They're not a big pellet, it's a fairly small pellet, but it's too big for them to eat when they're first new babies. All right, got some eggs to carton. I didn't show y'all me gathering, but kind of felt like I do that in every video and try to make things different. But I had, I believe it was 28 eggs today. So gonna get those cartoned and taken out to the stand. I've already seen somebody stop and didn't have eggs out yet. So big day, big day for selling stuff out at the farm stand, and I like to have it ready when I get them collected. All right, got my stuff in the handy dandy tote here to go out to the farm stand, but you know what I've noticed? The baby chicks, they don't holler. When I leave them, they could care less. But baby ducks, y'all, as soon as I got in that milk room, they were hollering. And it's just they like a human's company. And of course, I like their company too. So it might be that I get these eggs out, go sit back in the stall on the ground, just let them climb all over me. See if I can't get them friendly from day one. All right, you can see that eggs out of stock sign turned around, and we're about to take care of that. Cooler has been restocked, ice packs in, and I flipped the sign around. What better way to start your Saturday than a omelet or scrambled eggs made with farm fresh eggs? Well, y'all, I may not get anything done the rest of the day. Come here, babies. I got 2 of them in my lap, and the other 2 are over here. Come on, your friends are over here. And you can see that they're crawling right back up as soon as I put them down. I've got Bramble in the milk room. He's just about to bust the door down to come out. Come here. Oh my goodness, you got a little wet spot on your head. Yes, you do. Oh, they're so tiny and so cute. Yeah, come here, friends. Look at here. Oh my goodness. Oh, you just took a leap, didn't you? Look how little they are. Let's see. Goodness gracious. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, babies. Come here. Oh, right back up in my lap. Yeah. All right, there's number 3. Number 4 still over here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can come too. Yeah, you can come too. Look at here. But I will say, even though ducks and geese are nastier than chicks, if you give them the proper diet, like a duck and goose complete food, they are easier to raise than chickens. You don't have, I mean, anything can happen, but I have had better luck raising ducks in the past. But nasty, oh my goodness. I was only going to get 2, and I talked myself into getting 4, which I'm probably happy I did, but when I start having to clean y'all's mess up, I might not be happy. So we got to have names for y'all. 4 little babies. Yeah. Y'all are trying to get warm, aren't you? Yeah, y'all are going to be my little babies. Just what I needed. Y'all didn't know that y'all needed me and I needed y'all. That's right. Oh my goodness. And be prepared if you were to get yourself a duck. They really don't want to be put down. They really like their person and they really want to continue to be with you. So it is hard to put them back down. That is their crumble that I have put in the blender and chopped up a little bit finer. And you can see this morning they've already been mixing their food and their water's a little bit nasty, even though I've changed it this morning already. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I must say, impromptu buys can sometimes take the worry away, because if I had time to think about this, I probably would have talked myself out of it. Brooke, you just got these ducks to where they can, you know, not take care of themselves, but do a better job of making less mess outside. And now you're moving more in. So I didn't have time to talk myself out of it. When I saw Indian runners, I just automatically knew that that was something I wanted. And Jason was with me. So we all came to an agreement that we could add some more ducks and chicks, of course. So y'all, you'll see much more of these babies growing up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Now, I'm going to be smiling the rest of the day, sitting right here with these babies. Y'all be good.